You know, when I saw the theme, I said to myself, mental health and Black people, because that is this ongoing issue. I don't think it's ever coined like that, but it's being addressed because we got that. I think it was even mentioned earlier, that whole stereotype, the angry Black man, angry Black woman thing. And we have a lot to be angry about. There's a lot of hurt that's been done. There's a lot of healing that's been needed. And what I try to do with my poetry and my visual art and just about anything dealing with the arts is to seek this voice or provide these stories, experiences about redemption and healing, because I've been through some stuff. When I wrote my bio, I began to retrace moments in my life where people were at these moments of life and death. And I was there, and I've been there for a lot of people. And I think that spiritually, forces were just guided for me to be there at the right time and right place and help them as much as I could with what I had. So, and you know, it's not much. I'm not a counselor or anything like that, but I'm just a person, I'm just a friend that's been there. So what I like to do today is just share some poems with you related to that. And as was mentioned, maybe there's something in those words. The first piece is titled, To Be Who We Be. It's just us trying to be who we be. Raised to become warriors to fight with marches, boycotts, and riots, and overwhelming war, where we follow the path of old blood leading us back to the past as we approach the echoes of ancestral voices sounding like wind, lost whispers trying to reach our ears, find the waiting canals which heard those voices to our heads and hearts, become a movement too again, while we try to remain sane. It's just us trying to be who we be. Growing up beaten to submission until plantation days knock some sense into our heads, because we been taught deal with Blacks by beating them. Their pain tolerance is high, deny them love and affection, especially the men, make them suffer long and hard. They can take it, so they won't feel human and believe the lie of being less, while we try to remain sane. It's just us trying to be who we be, living and working to raise the family without fears of being lynched, as the scent of white cheering picnic families still applauding with pictures and eyes of slaughtered Black lives, wondering why we so angry, because our flesh is a toy used to tease or please, then and never mattered, beaten like a mad dog or fucked for desire, while we try to remain sane. It's just us trying to be who we be. Keeping it together with love, drowned confidence, weakened from years of people shouting, your Black ass ain't shit, that's why things not right. You the problem, just die. Stop calling yourself Black. You ain't Black or African. You nothing because they strip you. No culture, no name, no pride. Reaching for books and hopes to become better, rise from those words and scream, I am somebody, while we try to remain sane. It's just us trying to be who we be. Looking into a history of ancient days, world wonders built by Black people, DNA laced with the glory of genius within you, the doors of layered realms. This flows in your blood each day, feeding your third eye, awakening the sleeping Kemetic genes, which tell us, wake up, wake up. The ancients seemed to know one day, they knew we'd need to remember who we are, So they built and built and built to give us hope for the world to see us as we are. Thousands of years, children of the sun and not ashamed, while we try to remain sane. It's just us trying to be who we be. Rising woke to a sun which lacks the memories of the flowing Nile, drink from the fountain for strength to nourish us and help in the amnesia. Become filled with hope instead of fear, so when we walk down the street, we don't shuffle and hide and cling to pain and misery while chasing the straight hair to get our heads right when what we got is all right. To be natural and whole, instead of polluting our bodies with chemicals not meant for us, while we try to remain sane. It's just us trying to be who we be, while we keep searching for the right liberation books to save us, give us a map so we'll know the way, how to carry so much on our backs, hoping we're going the right direction while we walk the walk and talk the talk, like the old folks say, some sidestep to backslide into a crazed shuffle of slavery with an eager smile to please, denying to be seen as human or even respected as human, then fall to your knees and praise anything white because you hate being Black and even being called Black while we try to remain sane. It's just us trying to be who we be. A lost darkness looking for light, to live with clear thoughts, healed from what we've done to each other, not understanding how deeply the roots reach into the foundation, making us angry and confused people. Those fraying roots weakened by lead water, lead paint in our communities, laced with medical inequalities. As we hear stories about human experimentations on Black bodies and denied healthcare, toxic waste piled in Black nations, while they ask us in confusion, don't Black folks want to be healthy? While we try to remain sane. It's just us trying to be who we be. We just so tired of dealing with so much, leaching into our flesh, making us sick and tired, still sick and tired, generation after generation, seeking hope, reading the books, linking arms with people who don't look like us, who say that we matter, but remain silent when the cameras are gone, while we gone home at times feeding ourselves like we were taught to push the hurt deeper, to ensure the chains stay wrapped around our minds and spirits so we won't know true freedom. When we listen to the stars, we just want to be woke and human, while breaking those rusty chains, still and balancing the scale of injustice, while trying to stay sane in America. That's the first one.
That was amazing, bro. So I just want to say that was amazing.
Thank you. Okay. The next one I want to read. It's from my book. It's called I Am the Eyes. And
are you going to put the link for your book in the chat for us?
I can. Yeah, I can provide that information. Yeah, because we're going to do a reprint of it. This one's titled I Am the Eyes. And that is one of those, you know, they say the eyes are the windows of the world, that cliche and so forth. But I was inspired to write this because walking into stores and everything, it's like there's this constant surveillance. When a Black person gets into a store or whatever, like, you know, we know you did something, we're just trying to get you in that moment. And I turned this one into a choral poem, a play, because I got this idea, similar to the style of The Colored Girls. And it worked really well. The actors did a phenomenal job. I am the eyes. I am the eyes. Your heart races from when I approach or pass by you. You lock the car doors, clench your purse, stop to let me pass, grab your daughters down 911. I am the eyes. You fear me and run. No hiding place for you, only eyes. I'm in your head, started to the rage. I find you waiting, peeping, gun in one hand, NRA card in the other. In the corner of your house, trapped by darkness, pressed against your skin, can you absorb the sun without skin cancer's kiss? A darkness that imbibes your hatred, your mouth vomiting a phlegm of terror as the myths run down your cheek. And you scream, "Mad dogs must be shot," referring to me. I am the eyes. My tongue falls on your back and searches for your ears to whisper the million cries, voices from beyond the sorrow songs. Like a virus in countless numbers, we spread in your blood, waiting to rupture your reality. Your skin full of my sin, the eternal evil. Maimed, lynched, raped, burned, beaten, drugged. Now smile. Smile to these eyes. Beg me to be nonviolent, to dance without running, to sing without tears, to praise without heartache, to still scream in silence. I testify to the reign of your crimes. I saw all through my eyes, who destroyed the flower garden. You see, I see no sincerity to your perverted form of peace of this strange integration you claim. Clay-faced as a simulation. Know this, from my eyes, I am the eyes that death cannot close. Thank you.
Cheese and peas. Wow.
Thank you.
Wow.
Took the words out of my mouth. Wow.
Thank you.
So whereabouts are you based again, Henry?
I'm in Nashville. I've lived all over the country, just about, well, except for the West Coast. But yeah, I grew up in Detroit and also lived in Dallas, Texas. But most of my years and a lot of influences in Detroit, Michigan. Yeah.
So, but America based in general.
Yes.
You ever been to the UK?
Never been to the UK. I've been to a couple of other countries, but never the UK. Yeah. Would love to come.
Bro, you,
with us.
yeah, man, you are more than welcome to come to the UK, dude.
Thank you, thank you. And this last one is titled Remember, because many times I write about that amnesia because we don't want to remember. And it was inspired from stories that I've heard from my family and these stories that different incidents you hear that happen in families that you're not supposed to talk about, to people and things and incidents, and some were racially charged. And, I said to myself, well, to get justice, we kind of bring these things to light. You can't just talk about some people disappearing and not even mention it. But I figured out that, and after probing, old folks love to talk. A lot of people are in pain because they know what happened, but they change the story to something they can deal with. That's something that their heart can embrace. So and I think that we have to do that. We tell these lies to be able to deal with stuff when we know what really happened. We got some
Ignorance
imagery
is
in our
bliss
family.
sometimes, and I think unfortunately that's why we're trying to do the opposite now. I don't know if you saw my speech earlier.
Yeah,
Similar thing.
exactly. So here's the poem, Remember. Remember, I want you to remember until those memories become part of your flesh like a birthmark. But please see beauty instead of shame. Self-hatred peeling away confidence layer after layer. But you must remember what has happened to turn us into magic. It was a group of old folks who said, be still. If you wait, you won't disappear magically. Some didn't listen and just been regular, then poof, they vanish like a trick. Old folks remember all the magical blacks and want you to feel memories that sink deeply into the layers of muscle fighting for justice until that recall reaches your bone where words of the stories are etched with details of horror soon disappear too. As you try to forget everything, you must forget to stay sane and right. But they're scratched along the sides like an unreachable itch, ashy, ashy spot for your lover's fingers to provide relief. Edging on a near climax, bring the joy, the distraction of pure pleasure, where all you know is that spot that needs to be scratched. This might help you deal with the memories disturbs you so much you can't let go of the chains of thoughts trailing to the marrow and touching your blood to feed generational curses, a deep fear flowing with each heartbeat of the newborn. Old folks remember all the magical blacks, stories of all those lost children, loved ones whose names once mentioned becomes a hush followed by stares, which means don't talk about that. Don't you dare mention them. Just keep working. We'll work it out. That's the way we always do things. Old folks remember all the magical blacks. When one hot August day, without a drop of rain, a young black boy was snatched off a road from a picnic, that celebration when vile white folks would grab a nigger, picking up anyone they could find. Thus the name Picnic. Remember the picnic. Then he was used to delight in their celebration, to watch him burn, shake, sizzle, and pop like meat, drifting along the red streams of heat, and then eat among themselves and play games while burning his evil flesh, hoping God would accept this burned and bloody sacrifice. Old folks remember all the magical blacks. This Miss Man, people swore he just ran off, went to Detroit for work, or just another woman, a cleanup woman who lured him to her mattress, awaiting her soft petals of passion, sucking all the hoodoo from his wand, which killed him. Thus must be it. Yeah, that's what happened. A man being a man, leaving his family like so many others. He just vanished. Old folks remember all the magical blacks. He disappeared one day while walking home, everyone in his family believed. Didn't say goodbye, no hugs, just gone. Well, they tried to remember his face and what his laughter sounded like when these big white teeth opened with so much joy. Instead, we'd rather believe not the truth. Look for the charred bones left in the pile of charcoal still simmering faint glow. Is he in there, mama? Those his teeth? A child asked. It must be magic because no words were ever said amongst anyone. He just vanished. Old folks remember all the magical blacks. To his family and neighbors, he was just gone. Left them to remember what he was like, knowing the scent of truth and justice still lingered in the air, the burning aroma. They knew in the currents of their grieving hearts. They'd rather believe a lie, the lie of magic. How magical blacks have the ability to vanish, and if gone long enough, it didn't hurt, just didn't hurt. Old folks remember all the magical blacks. Even the pain of their absence soon disappeared. It took time, but if you didn't say their names, it worked. You just look at each other, knowing who you were talking about. Pupils never lie. The well of tears kept our souls thirsty for justice, but all we do is baptize ourselves, hoping to remove all those tears. Wash away my pains, oh Lord, I just want to see them one day. And thought we would. Old folks remember all the magical blacks. There would be those old folks who knew and remembered all the ones who magically disappeared. They remembered all the magical blacks who faded away when sunny days led to celebration and bonfire, hot and glowing on a moonless night. What made the fire so good? They remember what made that fire rage. Feud kindling of black broken bones from those fires snatched off the streets, just walking homes to their loved ones, men and women, raging bonfires, signaling to the stars with red, white, and blue flames. That's how you know a fire is hot, with those colors. But they're the colors of freedom, supposedly shown to help people. Remember the fear, what must be done. That's why it was done. Fire reaching up to heaven and warming the cool night, hoping to reach the deeper cold laid within the throbbing hearts of so many people wishing not to feel afraid. Walk into the light. Darling, a mother whispered, throw some sticks into the fire. This man must burn, got to keep those flames raging. Burn a path to give direction and understanding. This is those young white children learned at the beginning. And remember why so many fires were needed, especially on moonless nights for comfort, those picnics to make people smile. In the end, believing and then eventually knowing their homes and families are safe because there's one less magical black in the world. Thank you.
Bro, honestly, like that was a movie. That was
It's a
that was
great
a
way of putting it. I agree.
yeah, that was a movie.